wanna kiss and make her one last time. Touch me like you touched nobody.
Great feature including impressive photos. A special feature about Yuzuru Hanyu in the August 14 and 21 issue of Air, released on August 7th, became a hot topic. Hanyu's photograph taken by Mika Inagawa graces the cover and more than 10 pages of the special magazine. It is a masterpiece. The cover photo is a set and costume based on Inagawa's red tone, but there is also a blue tone photo page in the article. On a page titled Cover Man at the beginning of the book, writer Takeomi Matsubara writes about filming, saying, "Many people watching the filming express surprise. Mr. Hanyu has always had many admirers. The editors had to send out this special material with the confidence that it would definitely please." In fact, when Asahi Shimbun Publishing announced the cover on August 3rd, the response was beyond all expectations. In response to this, it was decided that the magazine would be reprinted before publication, which is unusual for a weekly. It seems to be selling well even after release, so maybe it will be re-released after that as the last issue of Shukan Asahi. Asahi Shimbun Publishing published a separate volume last year titled Yuzuru Hanyu, The Driving Force of Leap Forward, and Keiko Kimura said in respect to the editor-in-chief of that issue, "We received a great response from all over the world." Big news on August 4th, Mr. Hanyu suddenly announced on social media that he would be entered into the family registry. News of Hanyu immediately spread to the media, so this must have been another tailwind for Air, which is an exclusive interview with Hanyu. In the midst of this, the topic also intersected in another sense. Minori Kitahara's column "Even If You Get Married as a Person, Is Yuzuru Hanyu an Eternal Project?" Registration declaration is heavy, distributed by Air on August 9th. The article describes his impressions from the point of view of feminism, but this is so. At that time, I, Yuzuru Hanyu, will be registered. The Hanyu-Yuzuru marriage report is just one sentence. In the text that follows, the other woman is not mentioned at all. Some people praise this as protecting your wife from the media, but the unnatural absence of a wife means that the future wife will be in the position of Yuzuru Hanyu's wife for the rest of her life, until the end of her life. It can be read as if it gives a sense of determination and tension that Yuzuru Hanyu will not be allowed to come. As a feminist, I'm concerned about the various examples of what a marriage should be like, where priority should be given to a man's great job for his wife. First, included in the family registry means that the wife is included in the husband's registry, and Kitahara seems to feel embarrassed that Hanyu used that word. It is difficult to fully convey the nuances, so read in the original. I will leave the link in the description under this video. Writing "I'm not good at Yuzuru Hanyu." Mr. Kitahara must have thought that he might get a backlash, because this article appeared at the time Mr. Hanyu's wedding was announced, and his fans were ecstatic. Here is how the article is written. "I'm not good at Yuzuru Hanyu. If I say something like that, I will most likely elicit strong antipathy not only from all over Japan, but from all over the world. Since these are just Mr. Kitahara's impressions, there are people who think that, and usually that's where it ends." However, this time it seems like the timing was a little too good, and there was a lot of backlash. The timing was too good because the Air feature became a big topic, and the fans took notice. Air and Air did. The first is a paper magazine, the second is a website, and the editorial and editor-in-chief are somewhat different, but since the names of the media are already similar, one was able to make an exclusive interview from one side. It seems that many people felt that there was something wrong with Hanyu-san on the one hand. There seem to have been many posts such as Air is slandering Mr. Chinya. Within 9 days, the editors of Air explained the following in X, former Twitter. "We have received your opinion on the column about Yuzuru Hanyu published in Air. This article was written by the editorial department of Air. And not by the editorial department of Air. Air will continue to sincerely cover the activities of Yuzuru Hanyu. 2300 hours, August 9, 2023. 112 million views. Killa content in a 2-week edition. Because I tried my best to give such an explanation, there must have been considerable resistance. I am concerned that the expression Air's editors will continue to sincerely convey Mr. Yuzuru Hanyu's success can be read as the point of Air. This is just Kitahara's personal opinion. However, explain the difference between Air and Air. Not easy, and it seems that the feelings of the opponents have not subsided, and, judging by the internet news, the Air website was on fire. Issues of Air dated August 14 and 21 are summer holidays and will be sold within 2 weeks. Of course, this isn't a coincidence. It's probably because they stumbled across some killer content in a long-selling release that's been on sale for 2 weeks. Even after the unusual reprint measure was taken before release, if you look at the SNS of the bookstores, you can see the description that the sales were so good that they begged to be added. This kind of special feature works on the psychology of fans who want to keep it on hand in the form of a saved version, so sales of paper magazines, not digital ones, increase. It is also a development that takes advantage of the unique characteristics of paper magazines. How will the response be distributed, for example, through sales and discussions on the internet? I want to follow this.
まず